goodness and his mercy towards us. We offer praise. Beloved hearts, let me direct our attention to 2 Samuel. 2 Samuel chapter 23. 2 Samuel chapter 23. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus. I realize sometimes the screens dumb us down a little bit. We can't find stuff in the Bible. Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruth, 1 Samuel, 2 Samuel. 2 Samuel, chapter 23. Samuel, chapter 23. Second Samuel chapter 23, commencing our reading at verse 20. The New International Version delineates these words. A.M.E was a valiant fighter who performed great exploits. He struck down two of Moab's best men. He also went down into a pit on a snowy day and killed a lion. We'll stop right there. He went down into a pit on a snowy day and killed a lion. He went down into a pit on a snowy day and killed a lion. And again, for a few brief moments, we want to preach on this subject. If God is on our side, we win. If God is on our side, we win. Consecrate me now to thy service, Lord, by the power of grace divine. Dear Lord, let my soul look up with a steadfast hope. And Lord, let my will be lost in thine. Dear Lord, help me preach. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank you, senior ushers. Look, our 2 Samuel chapter 23 introduces readers to one of Israel's obscure but most prominent warriors named Benaiah. Benaiah is the commander of the mercenaries that protected Israel's second monarch, David. He is the commander of King David's bodyguards. But please note that Benaiah did not come into this position because Benaiah attended some prominent school. Benaiah did not come into this position because he had some important parents. Benaiah did not come into this position because his parents paid off the king so that he could have a job. But Benaiah assumed this particular position for one reason and one reason alone. Benaiah wrestled with a lion in a pit on a snowy day, and he won. Now, I can't speak for other people in this room, but I personally have never seen someone wrestle with a lion, let alone in a pit on a snowy day, and win. Matter of fact, most people see lions and run. Most people see lions and head in the opposite direction. Most people see lions and they cower in fear. Most people see lions and become paralyzed with fear. If I ever see a lion, I will be faster than a speeding bullet. On a snowy day, warm day, it don't matter what day, y'all gonna see me and I'll be going. Don't be in my company because I will leave you behind. But this man wrestles with a lion on a snowy day in a pit and he wins. This man wrestles with a 550-pound animal and he wins. This man wrestles with a known killer, a known assassin, in a pit on a snowy day, and he wins. I'm not 100% sure how he did it. I'm not 100% sure how he survived, but I somehow think that the secret to his success can be found in this text. 2 Samuel chapter 23 records the names and exploits of David's most prominent warriors. For example, the text mentions A.M.E, the Eznite, who killed 800 men at one time on his own. It mentions Eleazar, the son of Dodo, who was with David in a famous battle where David was tired and his hands got stuck to the sword. It mentions Shammah, the Hararite, who stationed himself in the middle of a field when others ran and fled away from the action, but he stayed right there until success came his way. It even mentions Bathsheba's first husband, Uriah the Hittite, who refused to sleep with his wife while his comrades were in battle, and after King David had slept with her, and so David had him killed. 2 Samuel chapter 23 mentions the names and exploits of David's most prominent warriors in war. But the text also mentions in verse 10 and 12 another warrior who could not be seen in the natural sense, but was the most important soldier on the battlefield. It mentions another warrior who worked behind the scenes to defeat Israel's enemies and foes. It mentions another warrior who was a force to be reckoned with anytime the people went to war. It mentions another warrior who was more powerful than A.M.E, Eleazar, Shammah, Uriah, and David all combined. But 2 Samuel chapter 23 verses 10 and 12 tells readers that the other warrior who was on the battlefield each time Israel found itself in trouble was another warrior that went by the name of God. Yes, God was on their side. So when Benaiah wrestled with a lion and pit in the pit and won, it was because of one simple factor. It was because God was on his side. I don't know his fighting techniques. I don't know what he did inside the pit, but I do know that there was a man by the name of God who was on his side. Yes, he did the impossible because God was on his side. He wasn't torn into shreds because God was on his side. He wasn't eaten alive because God was on his side. He didn't become the lion's dinner that particular night because God was on his side. He wasn't ripped apart and ripped to shreds and torn apart for one simple reason. God was on his side. Benaiah wrestled with a lion and he won because God was on his side. He didn't win because he was trained that way. He didn't win because he was a natural born winner. He didn't win because he went to the school of lion wrestling 101. He didn't win because he has some natural abilities. He didn't win because he worked so hard every day and every night to be a champion. But Benaiah wrestled with a lion and won for this one simple reason. God was on his side. So can I tell somebody up in this room today that find yourself wrestling with a lion, that if God is on our side, we will win. No matter how deep the pit, no matter how fierce the lion, no matter how much snow is on the ground, if God is on our side, we will win. No matter how impossible the situation, no matter how dumb it sounds, no matter how many others didn't survive the same situation, if God is on our side, then we win. No matter how bad the doctor's report, no matter how low the credit score, no matter how dark the night, if God is on our side, then we win. No matter what everybody else has to say, no matter what everyone else is reporting, if God is on our side, then we win. It makes no difference what the problem. If God is on our side, then we win. If God be for us, who can be against us? Benaiah teaches us this one simple fact, that no matter how deep the pit, no matter how dark the night, no matter how fierce the lion, no matter how much the lion weighs, no matter how many teeth is in the lion's mouth, no matter how many other people the lion has torn apart, Benaiah teaches us that if God Almighty, if the one who created the heavens and the earth, if the one who parted the Red Sea, if the one who slayed the Philistines, if the one who made ways out of no ways, if the one who brought us out of the land of Egypt, and the one who brought us out of the house of bondage, if God is on our side, then we will win. Benaiah teaches us that if God is on our side, we win. But Benaiah also teaches us that if God is on our side, then we can face our problems head on. In other words, Benaiah teaches you and me that we don't have to do like so many other people do. We don't have to run from our problems. We don't have to be paralyzed with fear. No, we don't have to hide from our problems. We don't have to minimize our problems. We don't have to tell ourselves that the truth isn't the truth because the truth is just too uncomfortable to bear. We don't have to blame someone else for our problems. We don't have to resort to substance abuse to drown out our problems. We don't have to take the path of least resistance. We don't have to run from our problems. We don't have to drug our problems away. We don't have to jump from bed to bed and heart to heart in order to hide from our problems. But this text teaches us that if God is on our side, we can look a lion in the face and we can say, lion, this thing's on. If God is on our side, we can look at every devil right in the face and we can tell the devil that this means war. If God is on our side, then we can face our problems head on. Did I tell anybody up in this room that if God is on our side, if God is fighting with us, if God is standing with us, did I tell you that we will win? If God is on our side, then no weapon formed against us shall prosper. If God is on our side, then God is an ever-present help in the time of trouble. If God is on our side, then yea, though I walk through the valley in the shadow of no death, I shall fear no evil. If God is on our side, then many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivereth him out of them all. If God is on our side, when evil men advance against me to devour my flesh, when my enemies and my foes attack me, they will stumble and fall. If God is on our side, then no weapon formed against us shall prosper. If God is on our side, then what man meant for evil, God will use for us. If God is on our side, then we win. Well, before I take my seat, let me just tell you one more simple thing. Before I set myself down, let me tell you one important fact. I think I just need to tell somebody up in this room that Benaiah was not the last person that ever fought with a lion in a pit on a snowy day and won. Benaiah is not the last person that ever fought with someone or somebody that was known to steal, kill, and destroy and won. Benaiah was not the last person to wrestle with a known assassin and win, because sometime later there was a man that went by the name of Jesus that got down into a pit and wrestled with an old lion named Satan. This man went down into the pit and he wrestled with Satan on Friday. He wrestled with Satan on Friday night. He wrestled with Satan all day Saturday. He wrestled with Satan Saturday night. But I'm so glad to report that on early Sunday morning, the Bible says that he got up from the dead with all power in his hands. So can I tell somebody that he won? He won over death. He won over the grave. stand to your feet. Because if God is on our side, we win. Victory is mine. Victory is mine. Victory today is mine.